Hello, I'm Carla Lothery, and welcome to the Tip of the Week. This is where we focus on one specific communication issue, provide you with some laser coaching so when you step in front of an audience tomorrow, you can communicate and connect better. This week we're focusing on the apology. Now, this comes both in a professional and, let's face it, a personal setting. But oftentimes, most people when making an apology make this one critical mistake. They apologize for the act and not the impact. So recently I was reading an article about a judge who made some really harsh comments about a victim in a crime. They were, in his words, stupid, insensitive, and flat out wrong. But apologizing for that and saying, I'm sorry for what I said, it was stupid, insensitive, and flat out wrong, isn't enough. It doesn't soothe your listener's heart, so to speak. And not to get too warm and fuzzy, I mean, we're not trying to break out tissues here, but really thinking about, is someone going to forgive and forget, as opposed to just forgive, or as opposed to just hearing you and saying, okay, fine, you apologize, but that doesn't change anything about how I feel about you. To really make an impact, you have to apologize for the impact that your actions or words had on your offended party or on your listener. So for instance, instead of saying, to use the other example from the article, instead of saying, I know my words were stupid, flat out wrong, and insensitive, that's good and it's a good start. Take it one step further. I know that if I were a parent hearing that about my child, I would feel like X. And I am sorry if I brought those feelings to you, or those feelings to the parent of the victim, or something to that effect. But apologize not just for the action, but think really hard about specifically what was the emotional and or physical impact that the other person has. So let's face it, when you get in a car accident, right, and the driver comes out and says, oh, sorry I hit you, that doesn't really get a long way with you because you know that's why it's called an accident. It's not called an on purpose, okay? But when they apologize and say, no, but I see that you're gonna have to go through the entire frustration of having to get your car repaired and serviced and deal with the insurance companies and all the other things, and I'm sorry to bring that level of frustration upon you. Or I'm sorry that I caused that much additional grief into an already frustrating time or place or world or whatever you'd like. But at any rate, again, it's acknowledging that impact. And that's the part that gets you forgiven and moved on. That's the part that lets people come back and have a relationship with you afterwards. When you take the time to think about it and articulate it, not just assume, well, they know what I mean. Well, that's implied. Never let an apology or any essence or piece of an apology be left to implication or what somebody can infer from what you're saying. All right? Okay, so if you heard something you like, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Also, check us out through all of the social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and of course, check out our two websites, our corporate page over at lothery.com and our personal training page where you can find the Communication Corner Store at lotherytraining.com. I'm Carla Lothery once again, and remember, great communication makes the difference between where you are and where you want to be, and a really well thought out and well articulated apology can get you back in the door and back in the game.